Hello there, good morning and welcome to Breakfast News live on Channel 1 MTV. I'm Arundhati Fernando. Let's start off with a look at your headlines. President Mahinda Rajapaksa to meet the Chinese president today. A tense situation arises between police and area residents in Samanture. And more than 1,500 arrests made over UK riots. President Mahinda Rajapaksa on his visit to China is due to meet Chinese President Hu Jintao today.
The President Media Director General Bandra Jasekhar said that they will also attend a luncheon meeting. The President met the Chinese Premier Wen Jiabao in his official residence yesterday. Jasekhar stated that they held broad discussions on bilateral relations during the meeting. The President will participate at the International University Tournament, which begins in Shenzhen today, as a guest of honor. Bandra Jasekhar stated that state leaders of several countries have arrived in China in order to attend the event.
Area residents had pelted stones at the Samanture police last night. According to the police, the assault was carried out, charging that the police was protecting a group of individuals identified as Grease Yakas or Grease Devils. These groups have remained opposite the police station till 1 this morning, acting in an aggressive manner. The police added that measures had to be taken to quell the tense situation. The police noted that the situation in the area has now been contained. On a related note, the police have begun broad investigations into the death of 2 persons following an attack in the Haputale Kotalagale estate.
The police stated that 2 police teams have begun investigations regarding the incident. The police further stated that the police special task force and the army have been assigned to secure the area. 2 persons died following an attack in the Haputale Kotalagale estate. The police said that a group has attacked 2 persons who arrived in the estate last afternoon. The police stated that the victims have not been identified as yet. The bodies of the victims have been placed in the Badala General Hospital.
Stories and groups called Grease Yakas were heard during the last few days. Stories were reported in this regard from Haputale and Udunuvara areas yesterday. The residents caught a person who came to the Haputale Watta area. The residents who tied him onto a tree refused to hand him over to the police and obstructed the police from carrying out their duties as well. The 2 policemen who were injured were admitted to the Haputale District Hospital. The person who was detained by the residents was later handed over to the police. The residents say a person claiming to be a Grease Yaka has come to the Udunuvara Vellambata area. A person who chased after the Grease Yaka has died after making contact with an electrical fence that has been set up for pigs. The person who has died is a 22-year-old resident of the Vellambata area. Two officers conducting the elephant census in the Ampara area who had been detained by area residents had been released by the police. According to the police, civil defence force personnel who had arrived in the Manikmadu area forest in Ampara last evening in order to conduct the census had been detained by area residents, subsequent to which the police had to intervene for his release. The police added that another officer who had arrived in the Eragama area in Damana in Ampara had been detained in a similar manner by area residents as well. When we made inquiries in this regard from the Director General of Wildlife, he confirmed these facts. The International Youth Day falls today. Concurrently, activities connected to the International Year of Youth, which was celebrated throughout the past year, will conclude today as well.
Sri Lanka has a youth population of 5.2 million. Minister of Youth Affairs and Skills Development Dara Salaha Perumal stated that this number represents 26% of the entire population of the country. He added that many plans have been initiated in order to secure the future of the youth. Ala Peruma noted that plans have been initiated to address the problems faced by the youth that do not enter into universities through vocational training as well.
Meanwhile, the hopes of the residents of the Kulagada farmers' settlement in Anumaru, who have been waiting to receive electricity to their homes, have so far been in vain. Residents belonging to 25 families in the area charge that although the Kulagada electricity project will soon be declared open to the public, this will not be of any use to them. The cost for the electricity project is estimated at 19.8 million rupees. They allege that it is only limited to plaques that 176 families will benefit from this project. Expect a detailed report on Lunchtime News. We'll be taking a look at international news after this break. Taking a look at sports news, it's cricket. Alistair Cook came back into form, scoring a brilliant century on day 2 of the third test match between England and India at Birmingham yesterday. England were 456 runs for the loss of 3 wickets in their first innings in reply to India's 224 runs.
England resumed day 2 on an overnight score of 84 runs for no loss with Alistair Cook and skipper Andrew Strauss at the crease. The pair carried on from where they left the previous day, scoring 186 runs for the first wicket before Andrew Strauss was bowled around the legs by Amit Mishra for 87. Alistair Cook carried on and showcased the superb batting display and reached his 19th century in Test match cricket.
100 for him. The runs had been deserting him in this series.
Ian Bell was then undone of a brilliant Praveen Kumar delivery for 34.
Well,
Kevin Peterson was then trapped in front by Kumar for 63 runs.
yes, it is.
At stumps on day 2, England were 456 runs for the loss of 3 wickets in their first innings, building on a massive lead of 232 runs. Alistair Cook was unbeaten on 182 runs, while Owen Morgan was on 44.
And that's looking just a little bit ragged out there.
Meanwhile, almost 2,000 athletes at the World Championships will be blood tested in an unprecedented anti-doping program.
For the first time, every athlete at a major event will be blood tested under the same conditions within the same period in South Korea from the 18th of August. The results will be used to build biological passports, assessing each athlete's normal levels. Blood testing will take place alongside more established urine testing, involving approximately 500 samples around the event in Daegu, South Korea, from 27th of August to 4th of September. Blood samples from the competitors will mainly be collected at a purpose-built doping control station located in the athlete's village. The samples will be tested on site and then sent back to a specialist laboratory in Switzerland. Suspicious blood results could trigger follow-up tests in Daegu in urine and or further analysis in Switzerland.
Time now for Sports Roundup.
Sebastian Loeb has revealed that his continued participation in the World Rally Championship could be decided before the next round in Germany. Loeb is on course for his 8th World Crown following his 4th victory of the current campaign. However, the 37-year-old has yet to ink a new deal with long-term employer Citroën, meaning his future in the sport remains in the balance. Pakistani wicketkeeper Kamran Akmal has expressed his disappointment at losing his central contract for the second half of 2011, but said he is determined to prove his worth in domestic cricket and make a comeback. Kamran was dropped after struggling in the World Cup and was replaced by Mohammad Salman for Pakistan's tour of West Indies. Kamran was not the only active player to lose his contract. Shoaib Malik, Mohammad Yusuf and Danish Kaneria, who were not picked for the World Cup, have been ignored as well. Formula One driver Nico Rosberg has admitted that he is not thinking about winning races at the moment and will wait until later this year or early next year before he starts entertaining thoughts of taking to the top step of the podium. Rosberg is currently 7th in the driver standings behind 6 drivers at the top 3 teams, but has failed to finish on the podium this year. His Mercedes team has struggled to get close to the Red Bulls, McLarens and Ferraris at the recent races and has undertaken major upgrades to try to close the gap.
Let's now take a look at today's currency exchange rates. Well, there you go. With that, we wrap up Breakfast News live on Channel 1 MTV. Thank you for joining us. God bless and have a wonderful weekend ahead. We leave you with the company of Discover Sri Lanka.